Back to the ground with the only free MMA channel that fucking matters for Time MMA. And damn, with Amanda Nunes versus Valentina Shevchenko falling off of UFC 213, it turned UFC 213 into the lowest pay-per-view bought of the year. What's crazy is if you listen to this stat right here, UFC 213 has the lowest pay-per-view buy rate for any UFC event since 2006 that was not headlined by Demetrius Johnson. Oh my lord, 2006. This was the not headlined by Demetrius Johnson. 11 years. This was the worst event in 11 years that was not headlined by Demetrius Johnson. Damn, that stat is funny. Not headlined by Demetrius Johnson. Demetrius Johnson don't get no love. That's fucked up. But this is one thing about that pay-per-view. Amanda Nunes versus Valentina Shevchenko was the headline. So anybody that was buying the pay-per-view specifically for that fight probably got their money back. So there were probably some refunds on this pay-per-view. But with this pay-per-view only selling around 130,000 buys, Bellator narrowly lost. They almost won. Bellator sold anywhere from 90 to 130,000. The UFC sold anywhere from 130 to 150,000. So Bellator was right on the UFC's fucking coattails with these pay-per-view numbers, even though the Amanda Nunes Valentina Shevchenko thing happened. That's still interesting. Bellator had their first pay-per-view in a while. Hey man, it did as good as a bad UFC. So they're moving on up. Now imagine when you got that same card, but instead of having like two, weird fights at the top, like two veteran fights, imagine like two legitimate title fights, like Rory McDonald and Gegard Mousasi both defending their title at the top of a Bellator card, and then you got like Chael Sonnen under them or something. Not Chael Sonnen headlining and Fedor co-headlining. Imagine once it's actual legitimate fighters in their prime that are contenders, and they're headlining the bill for the pay-per-view. How many hardcore fans are going to be buying that card? I have a feeling a lot more than the Chael Sonnen, Fedor, Matt Mitrione, Vanderlei shit show. That one still did okay, but just imagine when it's Gegard, Rory, Lorenz Larkin on that bit, motherfucking you got Chael Sonnen coming through, whoever else is coming to, I mean, there's all type of stuff Bellator can do over there. What if they fucking sign Frank Mir, fuck around, and they're probably not gonna get Brock Lesnar, so I'm not even gonna say that because it's not realistic. I want to keep it realistic. They could get Frank Mir, they could get Chuck Liddell, but man, Bellator's moving up. UFC, worst pay-per-view of since 2006, not headlined by Demetrius Johnson. That is the funniest fucking stat they could have put in this article. Oh shit, Demetrius Johnson. But now, I wonder how many people got refunds from the Amanda Nunes Valentina Shevchenko ordeal. I don't think it could have been. Do you think 50,000 people canceled their pay-per-view because Amanda Nunes Valentina Shevchenko pulled off? I don't think 50,000 people did it. So I mean, it's not like even with them on there, the card would have been that much more of a success. Which still goes to point. Dana White was not correct when he said, "I guarantee you, if Amanda Nunes beats Ronda Rousey, everybody's gonna know who Amanda Nunes is." Whenever they were giving Ronda Rousey all that one-sided promotion. Maybe if they would have promoted Amanda Nunes during that run, whenever she had that Ronda Rousey rub and told her story back whenever everybody was tuning in to see Ronda Rousey, they should have told Amanda Nunes' story. Just in case she won, people would know Amanda Nunes' story. But now no one knows Amanda Nunes' story. All they know is, oh, is that the girl that punched Ronda? Okay, I mean, yeah, but I don't know much else about her. So now you're going to have Amanda Nunes and Demetrius Johnson headlining UFC 215. And I want to see the numbers. I am so interested on seeing the fucking numbers for that card, because I think the UFC is going to do just like UFC 213. And I said this before UFC 213. This is a card for the hardcore fans. It's probably not going to be a blockbuster success as far as pay-per-views. I wanted to see every fight on the card. Casual fans probably only wanted to see one fight, and that was the Amanda Nunes Shevchenko fight, which got pulled off because that whole card fell apart. You had Robbie Lawler versus Cerrone fall off, Amanda Nunes versus Shevchenko, and then two other fights that were not as big but still fell off of that card. So UFC 213 had a lot of things go wrong with it, but still, Bellator's right on its neck, and I'm interested to see how Demetrius Johnson and Amanda Nunes fucking do on their own. If I had the money, I would buy that card just to support them and show, like, hey man, we give a fuck about Amanda Nunes and Demetrius Johnson. But that's one pay-per-view buy. So that don't really matter, because it's the casual effect. That's where you get your 400, 500, 600, 700,000 million, when you got them casual stars on this bad boy, not when you got hardcore fucking elite fighters. That doesn't sell the pay-per-views, and that's what I was talking about earlier with Stipe Miocic. You might be the baddest dude on the planet, but if you ain't entertaining, you're gonna fuck around and come out here and only sell 200,000, where a heavyweight selling 200,000 on your own is good. But if you're a heavyweight, you probably, if you were talking shit and promoting yourself, you might be able to put 400,000 on your own. So, man, Stipe Miocic is starting to get a bad rap out here. ESPN had him in an article, and they were saying he's less than marketable, and a lot of the casual fans read ESPN for their MMA news. So when they see Stipe Miocic is less than marketable, that's their first impression on Stipe. So they're just going to say, that's that guy that's not marketable, and then whenever they see him and he's not marketing himself, that's just going to confirm that what they already thought. So Stipe, Amanda Nunes, Demetrius Johnson, they're elite fighters, maybe probably most likely the best in their division. There's probably, I mean, Valentina Shevchenko is definitely a close second, but I don't think she's better than Amanda Nunes. I mean, and look what happened in the first fight. You guys, it's so funny. There's so many Bullet fans. Shout out fucking Bullet. I really like Valentina Shevchenko. I really do. She's really, she's one of my favorite fighters. After I watched what she did to Holly Holm, then what she did to Juliana Pena, I mean, I really do like Valentina Shevchenko. That's not the thing. It's not about who I like more. It's not about playing fan favorites. No, I'm just going off of what the motherfucking skill breakdown, and Amanda Nunes is most likely gonna beat Valentina Shevchenko. That's where my prediction's gonna go, and that's most likely what's gonna happen. I mean, it's kind of like the Conor McGregor-Floyd thing. Like, yeah, you want to root for Floyd Mayweather, but I mean, you want to root for Conor McGregor, but the truth is, Floyd's probably gonna whoop his ass in actual boxing. That's the same thing with Valentina Shevchenko, Amanda Nunes. Yeah, you want to root for Valentina Shevchenko, but the truth is, Amanda Nunes is probably going to whoop her ass. I know some of you trolls just got so fucking mad when you heard that, but I don't care. It is what it is, man. Let the haters know what the fuck you think about these low-ass pay-per-view numbers and Bellator hot on UFC's trail in the comments. Dude. What's the difference between a G-spot and a golf ball? A man will